In common law jurisdictions, statutory rape is non-forcible sexual activity in which one of the individuals is below the age of consent, although it usually refers to adults engaging in sexual contact with minors under the age of consent. It is a generic term, and very few jurisdictions use the actual term statutory rape in the language of statutes. Different jurisdictions use many different statutory terms for the crime, such as sexual assault, unlawful sex with a minor, carnal knowledge of a minor, sexual battery, or simply carnal knowledge. The terms child sexual abuse or child molestation may also be used, but statutory rape generally refers to sex between an adult and a minor past the age of puberty, and may therefore be distinguished from child sexual abuse. Sexual relations with a prepubescent child is typically treated as a more serious crime. In statutory rape, overt force or threat is usually not present. Statutory rape laws presume coercion. Because a minor or mentally handicapped adult is legally incapable of giving consent to the act. In many jurisdictions, the age of consent is interpreted to mean mental or functional age. As a result, victims can be of any chronological age if their mental age makes them unable to consent to a sexual act. Other jurisdictions, such as Kentucky, eliminate the legal concept of mental age and treat sexting with a mentally incapacitated person as a specific crime. Consensual teenage sex is common in the United States. A 1995 study revealed that 50% of U.S. teenagers have had sexual intercourse by the age of 16. It is estimated that there are more than 7 million incidents of statutory rape every year. However, it is clear that most incidents are not prosecuted and do not lead to arrests and convictions. Laws vary in their definitions of statutory rape. It is generally intended to punish heinous cases of an adult taking sexual advantage of a minor. Thus, many jurisdictions prohibit allowing a juvenile to be tried as an adult under this law. Some jurisdictions also specify a minimum difference in age in order for the offense to be applicable. Under such terms, if the adult is, for instance, less than 3 years older than the minor, no crime has been committed or the penalty is far less severe. These are called Romeo and Juliet clauses. Statutory rape laws are based on the premise that an individual is legally incapable of consenting to sexual intercourse until that person reaches a certain age. The law mandates that even if he or she willingly engages in sexual intercourse, the sex is not consensual. Critics argue that an age limit cannot be used to determine the ability to consent to sex, since a young teenager might possess enough social sense to make informed and mature decisions about sex, while some adults might never develop the ability to make mature choices about sex, as even many mentally healthy individuals remain naive and easily manipulated throughout their lives. Another rationale comes from the fact that minors are generally economically, socially, and legally unequal to adults. By making it illegal for an adult to have sex with a minor, statutory rape laws aim to give the minor some protection against adults in a position of power over the youth. Another argument presented in defense of statutory rape laws relates to the difficulty in prosecuting rape in the courtroom, because forced sexual intercourse with a minor is considered a particularly heinous form of rape. These laws relieve the prosecution of the burden to prove lack of consent. This makes conviction more frequent in cases involving minors. The original purpose of statutory rape laws was to protect young, unwed females from males who might impregnate them and not take responsibility by providing support for the child. In the past, the solution to such problems was often a shotgun wedding, a forced marriage called for by the parents of the girl in question. This rationale aims to preserve the marriageability of the girl and to prevent unwanted teenage pregnancy. Historically, a man could defend himself against statutory rape charges by proving that his victim was already sexually experienced prior to their encounter. A requirement that the victim be of previously chaste character remained in effect in some U.S. states until as late as the 1990s. Often, teenage couples engage in sexual conduct as part of an intimate relationship. This may occur before either participant has reached the age of consent. or after one has but the other has not. In the latter case, in most jurisdictions, the person who has reached the age of consent is guilty of statutory rape. In some jurisdictions, if two minors have sex with each other, they are both guilty of engaging in unlawful sex with the other person. The act itself is prima facie evidence of guilt when one participant is incapable of legally consenting. Some jurisdictions have passed so-called Romeo and Juliet laws, which serve to